Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. It's 5:59 a.m. 120 on 126 2026. Today is my cousin's birthday. I have over 50 cousins, but he's my closest in age, my partner in crime. When we were growing up, we grew up together. He did the bad stuff, and they blame me because we look very much alike. Uh, so happy birthday, Frankie. Please put in the comments where you're watching from. I'm in Boca Raton. I have no idea what the temperature is outside. It's a bit cold inside the room here. And let us know where you're watching from and hashtag KMT for a chance to win.
A t-shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, let's do a Kilts Cup today. We've got some Kilts Cups now, I believe. There we go.
All righty.
Kilts
We got a Barbara Jean quilt and a Kilts cup.
Those are really expensive. I've learned some with my wife about crocheting. Not that much. I can't do anything, but uh, the materials are expensive, and you spend a lot of hours making anything. So it's not easy. And Dr. Kills, I know you did learn crocheting from your grandma. You said, right?
That's correct. That's correct. Jelsamina. She taught me to do crochet and knitting, and then my mother Maria taught me to sew. I used to sew clothing too.
I never got into that, just crocheting.
Crocheting. Well, it's beautiful. And so, how long have you been doing crocheting?
Since I was
Jean?
about 10 years old and I'm 65, so about 55 years.
Whoa. Whoa. And tell us a little bit about why you continue to do it and what the benefits that you find in life.
I love crocheting for numerous reasons. It's great for memories. I think of all the great times with my mom and watching her crochet. When I make an item, I think of who I'm going to give it to. So I pour memories into my item that I'm making. And when they get it, I call them memory blankets. So I find joy in giving something of myself to somebody else. So it's all good. And it's a great stress reliever, especially if you got anxiety, man. You can crochet a mile a minute. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff with crocheting.
I think that's why I do my pottery and painting, because it releases our natural anxiety and stress.
Yeah.
And it pushes our creative energies. But you're right. It's creating something that you're pouring memories into, but and creating for someone else.
Yes. Yes. I did a song on memory blankets and the importance of them and what I think of memory blankets.
Well, tell us about your song production, your music production.
It really started by someone in the channel told me that I needed to write down some thoughts about when I was a child and being abused and saying goodbye. And so I wrote a song for that called Field of Daisies. And that was my way to heal through all that. And then because I started walking, the next song I did was about the carnivore woman. And that just went great, soared from there. They're healing. They're parts of me that I'm just sharing, and it's part of my healing journey. And then I found that other people liked the songs, and I started telling other people's stories through song.
So in that, go ahead, Doctor.
Go ahead, Dr. Kelso. Go ahead.
Oh, so weaving between music and words and quilting, it's all about sharing who and what we are with others in life.
Yes. Yes. And healing while you're doing it.
Yes, and talking about healing, why don't you go ahead, tell us a little bit about yourself and your story of healing, because you have a wonderful story, and I'm still in that path of trying to get healthier and healthier. Tell us your story of healing and what you've done, the break you took, you were telling me, and then you're back on that, and
All
why.
right. I've been pretty much having trouble with my weight all my life, ever since I was a child. I was abused as a child, that's probably why. But my mother put me on numerous diet plans, Weight Watchers. The list is endless. In my adult life, same thing, endless, up and down, up and down. I was always able to maintain about a 200-pound weight, 220. But in my older years, that just went higher and higher and higher. I ended up having strokes and seizures. There was a time when I was having over 100 seizures a day. I went blind. I had all kinds of problems. I didn't know while I was having all these issues that it was because I had a blocked artery that went to my brain. It was 95% blocked. I only had 25% chance to live through the surgery. They couldn't put a stent in or anything because it just wasn't working. And so that failed. So a vascular surgeon told my family I only had 25% chance to live. I beat the odds. He did heal me, but I still had seizures. And from that, in the hospital, I was having over 100 seizures a day, and even to the point where the seizures were stopping my heart. I remember hearing my son saying, her heart just stopped. It won't get it to beat again. And I came to from that. So there was a lot of issues along that line. But over time, I still had seizures like at work. I had to be taken to the hospital. So I still had bouts. My mom, when she passed away, I couldn't be there because the seizures, I was having a few a day still. But over time, my weight kept going up and up. My anxiety got worse to the point I didn't dare to leave my house. I couldn't, see people. Social anxiety was sky high. I couldn't get on elevators at work. It was horrible. So I had to do a forced retirement from work. And that just gave me a point of the last 5 years of just locking myself in the house. Weight got out of control, more so. But then I just realized that I was going to die. The doctors couldn't help me. Went to my blood pressure was like 300 and something, over 200 and something. They put me on like 3 different heart meds, anxiety pills. It was just all kinds of crazy stuff. So I really believed I was going to die. I couldn't walk anymore. I was in severe pain. I needed a walker to get around. Half the time I didn't make it to the bathroom because I couldn't get there. I would have to have chairs lining the hallway to get to the kitchen. I couldn't stand to do anything. I couldn't even shower. My family had to dress me. And I contemplating if I wasn't going to die, then I was going to kill myself. It was just to that point. I was to the breaking point of death. I just knew I got my family together and said, when I die, this is what I want you to do because it's coming. So I was preparing them what to do with my ashes, et cetera, et cetera. But then I remember sitting down and turning on my computer and watching a video of Carrie Mann interviewing Bill Knotts. And something about that video with Bill touched me so much, and it still does, that I started to believe that maybe, just maybe, if I did it the way Bill's doing it, then maybe I have hope. And that was about 1.5 years ago. I went on, I followed just what Bill was doing, his journey, and I lost 120 pounds. But then I went off the carnivore journey. I went on vacation. I was happy. I lost all this weight. I could move again and come back from Maine, visiting my family for a few weeks. And I caught COVID. Right from COVID, I had pneumonia. And then from there, I just got sicker and sicker and sicker. Same issues all returned. You know, anxiety went through the roof. I couldn't leave my house, and it was just horrible. I couldn't walk again, you know, and I decided this is it. I have to go back on carnivore. If I wanted to live, I had to go back on carnivore. And I did. I watched a video of Bill Knotts before I made that decision of I'm almost at 350 pounds and I'll get this guitar. And I was like, oh my God, Bill, you know, and right from that video, when I watched it, I went right back on carnivore full force. And my very first day, I said, I got to make this so that it'll be so hard for me to quit. I'm going to put my all into this. My very first day of carnivore, I went live on YouTube and started to tell my story and just opened the channel every single day, every single night for 4, 5, 6, 7 hours every night, 7 days a week. But people just like me, you know, people come, they talk. We talk about anything. It doesn't have to be about carnivore. You don't even have to be keto or carnivore. You could just be curious, because I believe that if everyone can hear what it's doing for us, even if they're on the sad diet, they'll learn something. It's spreading the word. And that's pretty much my story. But I re-lost all the weight that I gained while I was off, finally, you know, so I can now say I lost 125 pounds. Half of that was done over again, but.
Please tell us. I was asking you backstage about what you did most of your life. What was your occupation? Tell us what you did and at what times you did that.
For about 20 years, I worked in a jail as a corrections officer. I was a supervisor in the control room where we sit down and watch the cameras of all the inmates. And I did the overnights, 12 hours overnight from 7 to 7.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shift work kills you, and somebody has to do some of those things. Somebody has to be a corrections officer or emergency room nurse or doctor, or, you know, be an ambulance firefighter. There's so many people that work at nights, and they, you know, someone has to do it. A lot of the stuff doesn't have to be done at night, by the way. And we have extended hours in stores and things, that a lot of unnecessary things. But nowadays we do need people who work at night. And night work is one of the worst things for your health. It
was really bad. My pant size was size 66 men's pants. Imagine that. I had to have them specially made just so I could keep my job. So yeah, it got worse. It got bad. I was forced into taking an early retirement and getting my pension.
And you're here today.
How do you feel today?
Healing.
Yes, and I'm determined I'm going to do it. Freedom is coming for me. I know it. Freedom.
How are you feeling now, right now, while you're doing this?
I'm a little nervous, you know, but I'm not in any pain. No pain whatsoever in my body. I can breathe. I'm not lightheaded. I just feel so good. My anxiety, I'm only doing half of my medication for anxiety right now. I do it every other day and a half a pill. So I'm slowly cutting it back because I feel like I can walk around the block. I couldn't walk 5 steps 6 months ago. 6 months. And now not even 6 months, 5 months. And I am out there walking around the block, walking to the store. I've just finished before the snow my 125th walk. I count them. I I do videos of them as I'm walking and put them out every day. It's just this time I'm going to do it. But I have this time, I developed such a strong, I don't know, force behind me or a community. And we just support each other. And they say kudos. We celebrate victories. And, it's very important.
Very good. If you have any questions for Grandma Barbara, please put them in the chat. Q in front of it if possible. And
the just being here, Barbara, you're inspiring so many of us, and I think that's really the secret. And Bill obviously has been an inspiration for me and so many of us. And what Carrie is doing, and getting out there and sharing it, and we're all brothers and sisters, and that's where pain and suffering has sort of been so many of our paths to bring us to where we're at, and sharing that is so critical. And our ability to do this online like this is magical. And again, for just people who are curious, it's because we reflect someone out there, and we feel alone, but with this community, it's pretty remarkable, isn't it?
Yes. It's great. I couldn't have asked for a better support system to wrap around me. I just couldn't ask for a better support system. I don't even know if that's a good enough word for it, really.
Well, a community, and in the crochet, knitting, and even creating quilting. I mean, there's a community. There's always been a community of creating and sewing and
Yeah.
Back to Homestead How, really, if our foundation is in the home, right?
Yes.
What's been your most favorite quilt or crocheting product that you love to make?
It's definitely blankets, because I call them memory blankets, and everybody that I know has one. And I make them for even my channel. We give one away, and right now we're doing 3 of us every Saturday. We're crocheting, and we're each giving one of those away to someone in the channel. We're going to do a giveaway.
is that one behind you, one of them?
This is one that a viewer gave to me. This is going to be one of them when it's done. I had piles of them up on the top, but yeah, they're going to be given. I give them all away. I never keep one.
I know the feeling about the piles around.
I got yarn everywhere. It's not enough. It's not enough.
She's sleeping right now, but I sent her your channel so she watches later.
Well, thank you.
We got 2 questions so far. Carnivore Jerry, what are your typical meals, Barbara?
I think the one that is my go-to is Carrie Mann's Power Bowls, the bacon, the hamburger, and the egg. That's the one I have probably 5 times a week. And then I try to throw in like a good steak or ribeye once in a while, but they're so expensive. I can't really afford it. But I try to stick with beef as much as I can, but I'll throw in chicken once in a while.
Nice.
But yeah, it's mostly that. I have Power Bowl for the last 3 days in a row.
It's so simple.
Yeah.
We make this complicated.
I love it simple. And that's what's so great. I don't have to cook all these big fancy meals anymore.
Erica Heffern, have the seizures completely stopped since going full carnivore? My
last seizure was about June. but I think I was starting to do a little bit of keto then. But yeah, I haven't had one at all since going completely carnivore, not a single one. I felt like I was going to have one day because you just have this certain feeling come over you like a wash, and I was like, oh crap, here we go, but it never went into a seizure.
The inflammation and damage probably happens to us in utero, and then as children, you know, we don't know what's going on, and our parents didn't either. You know, it's sort of like I think they were suffering as much or more than we are, and I think somehow the beauty is we kind of figured it out. And you know, hopefully we're able to share with our children and their children and their children. So then, you know, their children are going to be like, okay, wow.
My grandson went carnivore.
Oh, I love that.
Yes, I have a letter that he gave me on my birthday, Grandma, because he needed to lose some weight. He's a little chubby. He goes, I'm going carnivore like you. If you can do it, I can do it. So
How old is he?
he is 12.
Oh.
And he goes to see, you know, the doctor about losing weight, and that's what he's doing. He calls me up and asks me for advice now and again. Can I have tuna fish? Yes, you can have tuna fish.
So would you say that carnivore really for all ages, and it's something that you'd espouse to our children? And
you know, he's not complete. He's probably more keto right now than he would be carnivore, but just the idea that he understands it. He, you know, he eats it on most days. Some days he'll eat fruit, but just the idea that he's looking at it, he understands it, and he's asking questions. That's the most I can ask for. And hopefully with knowledge, he'll decide to do it. I think it's good. I don't see no harm in it.
Which is a great sign that, you know, carnivore is being shared and talked about, and even ketovore. Again, it is really growing, and you know, in a legacy a little bit to Salisbury Steak Guy and Atkins and many others that have, you know, sort of helped us change our sort of way of eating and living, and it's getting around.
Yeah. Well, I see carnivore more like an ancestral way of living, how we lived at the beginning of time. And if it was good for them and those children, then why not?
So other than the weight changes, are you noticing some other changes in just how you feel physically or mentally?
All right, here's something I'll bring up. I had a tumor that was about the size of a basketball. It was gross. It was hanging between my legs. I called it my tumor. You know, it hung down from my pubis over the years. It just grew bigger and bigger and bigger. It's just fat.
Wow.
That is now about this big.
Wow.
In 6 months. In 6 months, it's now just soft. It's smooth. All the sores that was on it is completely gone. So just that alone, I can walk better. It's not knocking me over, because it used to knock me over because it used to swing between my legs. I couldn't close my legs. So that alone, no more swelling, no more headaches. The depression is pretty much gone. You know, I can be young again. I go out there and hug fire hydrants, you know, and I play around and sing with my kids, and, you know, just be creative in all different avenues. It's fun. Life is supposed to be fun. It wasn't fun for many, many years. Now it's fun. When you're healed or healing, you can do anything, right?
How many grandkids you have?
Oh, gosh. About 8, but I only see about 3. on, pretty much weekly basis. They live around me. They get spoiled. And now I can do things with them. I was able to go to one of their school functions and be part of the audience. And there was no fear that I'd be an embarrassment to them being 400 pounds or that I might break a chair because I've broken so many chairs. I could actually be in the front row and not scared and share something so special of them being on stage doing a play. I couldn't do that a year ago.
Is the government and or the medical system, nutritional advice, sort of creating a mess
Yes.
for all of us?
Yes. 100% yes. I stopped going to doctors completely because they made me worse, not better. They told me, no more fat. Fat is going to kill you. Well, fat hasn't killed me, has it? When I went to the doctor about a year and a half ago, he kept sending me to all these other doctors. They didn't even look at me. They just said, lose weight. One doctor sent me to a nutritionist. She told me to eat all the things that I've already know that you shouldn't eat. I shouldn't eat rice. I shouldn't eat a half a banana. I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do that. And I'm like, what the hell? I can't trust anybody around me to help me get healthy. I can't trust. All I can do is trust myself and study and learn what my body needs and what makes my body feel healthy. That they were just, when they saw that tumor, they were just like, well, you're not fit enough to have surgery and get it removed. I was able to do it, and I don't have a medical degree. Just eat properly.
But the medical degree seems to be getting us sick.
Yes. Yes. So I don't trust them. As a matter of fact, he wanted me to have surgery, weight loss surgery. My blood sugar, my A1C was 5.9, and my insurance said no to it because it wasn't high enough for them to cover it. So he sent me home to eat more sugar and come back in 2 months. I was like, what? I haven't gone back since.
Oh my gosh.
It makes sense in someone's mind, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, if I got sicker, then the insurance company can fill the pockets of another doctor to make me even sicker. No. I told my daughter on the way home, I can't believe you just told me to do that.
Wow. Chuck has a question for Dr. Kiltz. Hi, Dr. Kiltz. I know fasting is good for autophagy, give digestion a break, etc., but just curious why you fast throughout the year. Thanks.
Food freedom. And clearing the gut allows gut healing, but mostly it's just food freedom, to be able to recognizing that historically we probably went plenty of time without food, and we're just drugged essentially to thinking you need it all the time, and the power and autophagy happens all the time. By not eating, you actually minimize the damage, reduce the damage. I say going more than 3 days is where you really get the best healing in the gut. 22 days like Dr. Nelson did. Have you done any fasting, Barbara?
I tried it in the past. Before I went keto, I used to do the whole thing with Dr. Fung, the intermittent fasting, and I was doing 1 meal a day back then. I just started touch basing. I did a 48-hour fasting about a month ago, and right now I'm doing for carnivore month, I'm doing fasting every Monday.
All right. So we're fasting today together.
Yeah, I do every Monday.
Yeah. And how do you feel in your time of fasting?
I feel good. I thought I'd be hungry or starving or something like that, and I'm not. I thought I'd be weak. So I'm always like, I'm kind of nervous. When I first did the 48-hour there a couple of weeks ago, just before Christmas, the weekend before Christmas. And I was fine. I was fine. I kept waiting. All right, am I going to stand up and fall and get dizzy? But I was fine. I was good. I had great energy. I went outside and walked to the store and back during it. So I was fine. It's still a learning, a learning curve.
How many times a day do you eat normally?
Normally it's usually I stay up all night and I sleep most of the day. So usually about 5 o'clock, I'll eat something, my one meal. But then right about 8, just before my live, I'll have something like maybe a couple of pork rinds to take my medicine because they get caught in my throat. But I was told that was the second meal. So
Well, my take is there's no snacks. If you eat something, whether it's a small amount, it's a meal.
yeah, and that's what I was told. I was like, okay, so I do 2 meals a day, one being something just to take my medicine.
One big, one small.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's all within like a 3-4 hour window.
All right.
I think it's always it's however we choose to do it. It's all good.
Yeah, that's what I do normally. I don't eat when I get up because I'm not hungry. But that's an all my life thing. I never ate when I woke up.
Should we take a few more of these questions?
Yeah, keep going. Absolutely, Alia. Thank you.
Booby Goats, do you include coffee on your journey?
I certainly do. I figured I've given up everything in life to live. I'm going to keep my coffee. I don't put anything in it. I've always, all my life, drank it black without sugar or cream. And why not? I know that it's a plant, but it's a plant that I'm willing to take.
There's pollen in the air that you breathe every day.
That's right. You can't avoid it. And I can't avoid coffee, especially doing late nights, right?
Yeah.
I have cut back. I used to be a 2-pot a day coffee drinker, and now I'm a 1 cup, but tonight I'm doing 2. Gotta have my coffee.
Any other questions?
Yeah. Rockin' Coach Amy, Barbara, is your family supportive of your lifestyle, or do their habits make it hard for you?
I have my daughter, my adult daughter, my granddaughter, and a husband that lives in this house. They're all carb eaters. There's carbs in almost every room of this house. They know I'm carnivore. I don't cook with them. I prepare my own meals. I'll offer, but I will not cook, nothing carbs. So if my husband and I are having a steak, if he wants a carb with it, he's going to do it himself. That's how I run my household.
Is your husband carnivore?
What's that?
Your husband?
No, he's not. He but if I cook for him, it's carnivore. He'll add all the carbs. He doesn't even understand what a carb is, so I've explained it to him, but no, they're not supportive. That's why I have the community.
All of us.
That's right.
We come for cures. Carnivore cure.
How does Barb like her steak to be cooked? I take it right out of the freezer. I unwrap what I've got it wrapped in. I stick it in a frying pan with butter. And I just want the top and the bottom lightly browned and cold in the center. That's why I cook it frozen. So it doesn't cook in the middle. I like it so it's blood. It's soft and bloody and yummy. There's no other way. My husband thinks I'm crazy.
Basically, you're doing black and blue.
I don't know what black and blue is, but
What you do?
I like it ice cold in the center. And raw.
Let's see.
All right. Go ahead.
Grandma, okay. Papa Carnivore. Grandma Barbara wrote a song for Papa Carnivore about my healing. That's not a question. Chuck, hi Barbara. Do you ever try to change your circadian rhythm? I'm guessing your sleep hours are because of your past career.
Yeah, I've tried and I just can't. I just can't. I'll end up with migraines, headaches. I have changed it quite a bit because I used to stay up till 7, 8 o'clock in the morning and then go to bed. So now it's more like I go to bed about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So it is changing slowly over time, but I like my hours because the world is calm. That's one of the reasons why I like being up overnight. The world is quiet.
That's why I like to get up at 3 a.m.
Yes, the world is quiet, calm. You can think, you can do whatever you want. No one's going to bother you. The world is silent.
Next.
Next question. What's your happy food, Barbara, from Chai or Chi 9278?
I love a nice thick ribeye, but can't afford as many as I'd like to have. But that's my happy food. And nothing with it. Just that and butter.
No salt?
Well, salt too, yes, of course.
Oh,
That's a given.
All right, next question. Last question so far. Terry, do you stay up all night because you're still doing night shift?
No, no. It's even the last 5 years, when I wasn't working, I was still up all night long. I just can't sleep. I've tried. I just can't
You
do
did
it.
it for so many years that
Yeah, and even before that 20 years working in the jail, I worked at a hospital and in the OR. And I still worked the overnights doing that for about 10 years. So it's been all my life. When I was a kid, I didn't like being up during the day. I stayed up all night. So I've always, all my life, it's been when mommy and daddy was asleep, Barbara got up and did whatever she wanted to do. So it's just been an all my life thing.
And when do you like to do most of your songwriting?
I do most of my songwriting between about 2:30 in the morning and about 5, 6 o'clock. I just did one this morning before coming on here, and I already posted it. It's about one of the girls' dogs that's in my channel. I wrote a song from Mochi to one of the girls and posted it, and then I came in here 15 minutes later. So a gift for someone, one of the viewers,
How long you been writing songs?
a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to do a lot of writing. I used to, in college, I wrote a lot of stories. As a matter of fact, my college teacher one time said that I was one of his best students ever. And he gave me A++ on my papers and he even read one and said that I should become a writer for a newspaper. I did a paper on flatulence and how different people would fart. The cause and effect in the whole world. And
Go ahead,
that,
Alia.
Oh, Dr. Nelson has a question.
oh,
What is the biggest misconception people have about your channel or your diet?
I think there's been some people, not all, but some people, I had some at the beginning that were crocheters and they didn't like that we talked about carnivore a lot. So they left. But that was just them. I have everybody come in and some people say, well, that person's not on carnivore, nor are they keto or whatever. Well, the problem with the thing about that is everyone should know about carnivore. We're not just helping just people that are doing carnivore. if they're listening and they have a health problem, they're getting knowledge from us. So I think that's the only thing that is just for one type or one group of people, and we're all groups of people.
Carnivore can be used therapeutically in short terms, but I mean, ultimately, I always say we're all carnivore, but we just aren't all eating that way.
Yes, yes. Some people get confused because we crochet, so they think that crochet channel, but they come in and they realize it's more than crochet. But we talk about anything and everything,
Do you teach people how to crochet?
It depends on what it is that they want taught. Like if they just want, how do I make a single crochet? I can show them that, but I'll give them information on where they can be taught how to crochet. I got lots of places I can send people because I also watch crochet channels.
I watch painting and ceramic channels.
I watch Dr. Kilt's channels.
Yeah,
I watch
me
Dr.
too.
Nelson channel.
And I've been watching your channel a lot lately because I try to grab stories of people and then write their story to song. I hope that isn't like an invasion of privacy or something, but
Invade away.
and I've taken a lot of phrases from you, Dr. Kiltz, and I've added them to songs that had to do with carnivores. So
We love it.
bam, I was watching a program one day and I'm like taking notes.
That's whenever I love to take notes too. Whenever I'm going to any of these events or meetups and things, and I just keep the notes going, and read them into the. I gotta throw them your way to make another song.
Yeah, look, these are all notes and ideas and songs. And it's just I got all these notebooks stacked up everywhere. I got a new one that I just started. I always prepared. People always say you got to be careful what you say in Barbara's channel because it'll turn into a song.
Carnivorous grandma with 2 M's. I love the spelling of your name. How did you come up with it?
It's what I always used to call my grandma and what my grandchildren call me grandma.
There you go. Thomas says he loves your songs, especially the one about Target Prime Rib. And Nelson the cat.
He was actually the first person that I actually did a song for.
I actually met a Milton at the low carb event. He's a doctor from Ohio, and his family is from Costa Rica. Met a lot of wonderful people this weekend.
Oh,
Multiple Kills Mighty Tribe members. Even wore the same shirt one day with someone.
well, I got plans in the making to do something that I wouldn't have done or haven't done in years, and that's I'm going to start going to meetups. So hopefully my anxiety stays intact and gets better and better so I can do that in the fall.
We did a meetup this past August with Healing Humanity in Columbus, Ohio.
I know that was when I started. I found out about that the first day that I started doing carnivore this time around because it was that weekend, and I started on a Tuesday. I was like, dang it! So I missed that one.
It wasn't a comedy club, so I can say I performed in a comedy club.
Oh, there you go.
The Rodney Dangerfield of the carnivore world. Gets no respect.
Oh, thank you, Grandma. She just subbed to my channel.
Aw. Everyone should stop. I'm going to put your channel here. I'm going to find
Yep.
Oh, I have it. I have it up.
Oh, you have it up? Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's show it.
Yeah. Keep talking. I'll bring it up.
Okay.
Now, I am not the perfect person And I can get very graphic when I talk about a victory, like Tuesday before Christmas, I was able to wipe my butt for the first time. That became a celebration in my channel.
These simple life.
All our victories.
Yep.
Right.
All
They're
of them.
all
All of
victories.
them.
We celebrate them all on my channel. So someone might get grossed out, but I'm sorry.
Nobody else does it.
Right. And
Yeah.
when I started this, it was like I had to be real. These are real problems that people that are obese have. And I'm going to share every single one of them. I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to be ashamed about it, not talk about it. My family was like, I can't believe you just told that story. Oh my God, Mom, you're such an embarrassment. It's like, hey, it's my story. I'm going to share it.
That's right. Dr. Nelson, do you want to scroll down a little bit?
The human story of suffering needs to be shared in order for us to have the healing that we all deserve.
Here's her live streams, her nightly live streams.
Yeah, there's like 121 of them. There's actually more than that, but some of them I didn't actually keep.
Wow.
But
Oh, as you can see, I am subscribed.
aw, thank you.
So I shared with my wife.
There's Mochi,
well,
that
and-
song I just did. Just
Aw.
15 minutes before. Mochi's Place.
Are you doing your own thumbnails on Canva, or do you? how do you
I
them?
do GPT Cap.
Oh, okay.
GPT.
Nice.
But it's sometimes that's crazy because it's like, no, I don't want it looking like that. It needs to be like this. And then it can take up to like 30 minutes, 40 minutes or longer fighting with chat. Thumbnail.
Yeah, who are we fighting with?
Dr. Kilt's cousin be fighting with ChatGPT.
Yes, it can be so stubborn.
Well, we are stubborn, and so it's just mimicking us, isn't it?
Yes.
It's not as if it's different than us.
It's like I'm constantly fighting with it. I argue with it all the time. Knock it off. Just stop it. Stop. I put in big letters. Stop.
Can you tell us, Carnivore Jerry would like to know, tell us about the surprise Dr. Kilt's visit on your channel, Barbara.
Oh, yes. One night, I look up and there's someone, a name, Dr. Kiltz, and I'm like, the first thought was someone just robbed that man's name. That is not good. 'Cause I did not believe that Dr. Kiltz would ever come into my channel. So I was
Aw.
like, here we go. We got a troll. And I was ready to just block him and throw him out, but he was being good, so I just gave him the chance. And he was nice. He was there. He was in between flights or on.
I was sitting on the airplane, getting ready to take off, and they're trying to take my phone away. You know, they're telling you, turn it off, turn it off. So I had to hide it.
And then I was like, oh my God, I can't believe Dr. Kiltz. Was that really Dr. Kiltz? I was honestly, I didn't believe it at first. Because, I've seen it before. This is face. People change their names. And
Someone out there is trying to use my identity. They're trying to even get us kicked off of YouTube.
oh, jeez.
Let's see. So we finished all the questions, unless you all have any more.
Oh, you guys being
I thought I had put a question there.
Oh, you did? Did I miss it? Let's see. You had a question. We did ask it earlier. Did you have another question?
Yeah, no, I put a couple more.
Oh.
Barbara, how's the snow falling in your area?
I have about a foot outside, at least a foot.
Yeah, I didn't go up north the other day because of the weather, so I'm still down in Sarasota.
Yeah.
Trying to stay away from it.
I thought you were in New
Where
York.
is here?
What's that?
Where's Tia?
She's down here too.
Oh, okay.
But I was just Brother Ray's actually listening on the other line and he's in Southern California, which I went out there for the meetup, the Healing Humanity in San Diego, and hung out with Brother Ray a little bit, and got SoCal.
I just want to say that the ban on Dr. Kiltz's channel is over at either 9 or 10 a.m. this morning. There you go. And it will never happen again.
We don't know that. They make them. They, I don't know.
I'm going to try my best to make sure that never happens again.
Yeah. It's a badge of honor.
Yeah, there you go. Long live Dr. Kiltz on YouTube.
That's right.
They're great, Ray.
Dr. Nelson, I saw a question about fruit. Is that what you were talking about? Dr. Nelson wants to know if people are scared of giving up fruit. Oh, yeah. If someone is, there you go.
Yeah. Go ahead and ask her.
If someone is watching right now and is terrified of giving up fruit or bread, what's the first thing you tell them?
I just tell them I wouldn't eat it. It's not something that I would do. Everyone has to do what they feel like they should do. I would suggest that they, look at the carb counts, or ask them if they're doing keto or carnivore. I don't want to force myself on other people, but if they had a question, I'd ask them to, you can always ask me what I think, but I don't eat that stuff. And I let them know I don't eat that stuff. I used to.
Yeah, lions don't eat apples, do they?
Not this lion. But you know what? The funny thing is I was never into fruit anyways because I'm allergic to fruit. It gives me sores. Apples, oranges, lemons, pineapples always made sores all over my mouth, inside my tongue. Just I would break out. So I just never really got into. The only fruit that I could eat really is bananas. And it was because it's, I guess, not a citrusy.
So if you could go back and give your younger self some advice, what would you say?
You're asking. See, I have a lot of issues with my younger self because my younger self was really abused. So I would tell that younger self, you need to say no, and you need to tell somebody, not keep it secret. That would be number one. And I think if I could do that, then maybe I wouldn't have had all the eating disorder issues that I had throughout my life, covering up the pain I would eat. So I think that's what I would tell my younger self. Of course, then I'd let her know about the carnivore diet and all that good stuff. But sorry, that was sort of a little mood dealer.
The carnivore diet, it sounds like you had mentioned your anxiety is less. Do you ultimately doesn't it sort of give us that better ability to say no and to take our strength and utilize it?
I wouldn't have been able to do this 6 months ago. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be able to even talk to you guys 6 months ago. I would have been hiding in my room and away from the world. I didn't talk to the world. I couldn't do public speaking. Absolutely not. I couldn't even talk. I couldn't even say hello to someone that walked by me 6 months ago. That is part of my healing journey of walking. I would go outside and start saying hello to people. Mm-hmm. I'd be done and I would see someone, I'd turn around and come back and someone like Mason, someone that's in my channel would say, just say hello. Don't turn around. Just say hello. So during my walk, the next time someone came up, I'd just say hello, and they'd say hello back. So that's what I mean by examples of how great having a good support around you doing this. You help each other heal.
Mm-hmm. Well, Barbara, you're an
Don't
excellent
turn
communicator.
around. Just say hello.
Yes. Because I would turn around. Oh, God, there's someone right there. I got to turn around and go the other side of the street. That's what I was doing. Because I couldn't even face people.
Wow.
And all I had to do was just say hello, smile, and continue on. You'd be surprised on the mind when you finally are clear and could see, yeah, just say hello. That's something simple. But when you're full of anxiety and hurt and have your mind going a million miles, you're scared, you're fearful, you don't have that little moment of thinking, just say hello. You don't have that moment. It doesn't come to you.
Yeah, it's ultimately we're born with courage, but something happens to us, I think, in utero due to our deadly diets that then damages all of our senses. And George Ede and Chris Palmer really have shared how carnivore and keto helps so many people with all sorts of psychological, psychiatric disorders. So in fact, we're just poisoned by plants. That's all it is, right?
But there's a calmness now. My mind is quiet. It's not rushing thoughts anymore. I can just sit here and be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that buzz constantly in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because I believe strongly that it's because of the way I'm eating. It's what I'm eating. And you know what?
Well,
If
we're
I
glad
do that, I'll stick to it, won't I?
we're glad you're here and sharing your story. Thank you for doing that.
And one more thing I want to say. When I had this surgery, they told me no more fat ever. You can't have fat. That's why you have artery. You can't do it. It was told to me in the hospital, change your diet, go vegan. And that's what I did. But when I got so sick this time, I was like, I don't care. I'm going to go ahead and eat fat. And if I am to die, then I'm going to die happy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to die without pain. I'm going to die without fear. I've accepted it. I'd rather spend my last few months, the last couple of years, being pain-free and fear-free, anxiety-free. And that's my take on that.
Love that.
And it wasn't fat that caused all those problems, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, a low-fat diet probably is the single problem for all of us that, we've all been suffering. We're all the same. That, we're all suffering emotional, physical, life sort of challenges due to a lie.
Exactly. I just want to say, Jamie, congratulations. Please email me, alia@drkilts.com with your address, and we'll get this shipped out to you. Your Kilts Cup.
All right.
All right, everybody. It's been lovely. Thank you so much,
5:30
Barbara.
Zoom call in the community Kills Mighty Tribe, and we'll
That's
see you
right.
there. If you're
Goodbye,
not a member,
everybody.
subscribe.
Thank you for having me.
Love you
you're so
guys.
welcome.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.